If there was a list of sales tip and sales advice for in-home salespeople, what would be on that list to help them close more and be a better salesperson? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California. And a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about in-home sales closing. So here's the thing. On this video, we're going to talk about financing, but probably not in the way that you've ever heard before. I've had the opportunity to ride with some closers, some straight up closers, guys that go in there, they're 80, 90% closing rate. And there's this one thing that separates the super closer, the performer, from the guy who's like the regular closer. So somebody who's closing at 80 and 90% versus a guy who's closing at 50 and 60. And that is a deep understanding of financing. A deep understanding, not just a surface level, like I can call the finance company, we get somebody on the phone. No, the best guys that I know have financing rates memorized. They have payment factors memorized. They can look at something and go, you know what, just from based upon this job. And they're constantly talking to the homeowner about financing. They're not talking about cash. They're not talking about credit cards. They're consistently talking about financing. And if you really want to be good, you really want to be an exceptional salesperson, you really need to have a deep understanding of financing. You need to understand how it works and like the best source of financing for the different type of person. And you're going to have people who unfortunately have bad credit. You're probably going to have one type of bank for them. Okay, that's cool. It happens. You're going to have somebody who's got superior credit. You got to know which type of financing. You're going to have people who have homes and trust. You got to know which type of finance. You got people who have bankruptcies. You got to know. You got to know. You got to know. You got to know. There's tons of information you got to know about financing. So what I did when I was doing in-home sales full time, I had a matrix. And so like if I needed to look something up over time, it just became second nature, and it was all memorized. But I would say like, who's got the best interest rate? What's the payment factor? How much is it going to be? And I knew how to talk about financing, how much it was per month for the buyer. So if you're talking full amount, like what's the full amount going to be? Even if the person says I'm paying cash, or if they're saying I'm paying with a credit card, whatever way that they're doing it, you got to be able to talk financing to that person. You got to be able to talk about payment. Payment. I learned this from people that were my friends in the car sales business. They never talked about the full price of the car. They always talked about payment. That was the realm that they played in, and that's how they closed deals. So you want to be an in-home sales closer, avoid sales sabotage, avoid objections, avoid rejection, avoid problems. Learn financing backwards and forwards, which ones you can use, which ones you can't for the type of person you're buyer. So there you go. Learn financing, be a ninja at it. So somewhere along the sides, there's a subscribe button, maybe in the box below. There is a subscribe button. A little button that says subscribe. Click on it, and what will happen is every time I send out a video, you will get an update. So click on it, hit subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Aloha.